Welcome, fifth grade families, to the middle school transition information session. I'm Tracy Lugo from the Communications Department, and I'm joined today by our three middle school principals: Amy Nelson from Pioneer Ridge, Greg Martin from Chaska Middle School East, and Nate Gibbs from Chaska Middle School West. The principals will be sharing an overview of the middle school experience and some great information specific to that transition from 5th to 6th grade.
Welcome, East families. So excited to meet you here today. My name is Greg Martin, the principal. Also, we have a wonderful support staff and teaching staff at East that is super excited to see you this spring and in the summer as we get ready for the school year. Our assistant principal is Andrew Gilbert. Our dean of students is Heather Rickard. We are two wonderful counselors in Bridget Borner and Katie Sheehan, and our personal learning coach is Amy Sharon Brock.
Hello, West families. Nate Gibbs here, principal, and I am going to be supporting you along with Assistant Principal Mark Shoquist, our Dean Anthony Sicoli, our awesome counseling team Scott Bushina and Shannon Hanlon, and also our personalized learning coach Aaron Flowers.
Hello, everyone. I'm Amy Nelson, the principal over at Pioneer Ridge. Thanks for joining us. I will also be supporting you along with my team. Austin Tollerson is our assistant principal. Darren Kane is our admin dean. We have two great counselors in Chris Moe and Ryan Newell, and our personalized learning coach is Carly Bailey. I want to share with you a little bit today about some of the stuff that you can expect to be the same and some of the stuff that you can expect to be a little different here at middle school. As you can see on the screen, there's a list here for you of caring staff, safe school environment. We follow the same PRIDE principles that you've been doing in 5th grade and all of your elementary years. You'll have an advisory in a homeroom, your core subjects such as math, language arts, which you might have called reading, science and history. You'll have lunch pin numbers and a WAG, which we've all gotten used to with all those many days of distance learning. Some of the differences you can expect include things like more classes during the day. You'll be moving about every 55 minutes or so to a new class. You get a locker, which is really exciting, and don't worry, we'll have lots of time to practice those combinations so you know how to open them. You're going to meet some new friends as we combine elementary schools to come together in middle grades. You get different lunch options. We got a few more choices when you get a little older, which most of the kids seem to really enjoy. Our advisory time is a time where we come together and talk about character development and goal setting. And then we have a different start and end times. Middle school starts at 8:40 and is done at 3:30 each day. All right. Parents know that this is an exciting time. There's lots happening with the adolescent years as you go through middle school. Lots of physical changes, social emotional changes, academic changes. And it's an exciting time. Those of us that are here have chosen to be here very intentionally, so we will support you in all of these things that happen in the years of 10, 11-ish to 13, 14-ish. There we go. A couple of things that do happen in middle school is that our young people are really working to develop their independence, self-advocacy, planning, and motivation. This takes some support. We know that. We love our middle schoolers, and sometimes they get that homework done, they put it in that folder, they bring it to school, and they never take it out of the bag, right? So we put some things in place to help foster that development as they become more independent and self-actualized learners. Things like win time, where kids are signing up for additional support in courses where they know they need some extra help. In addition to having some academic focused win times, we have some enrichment win times, where maybe they're going to go play Foursquare outside in the back of the building during a time when they're all caught up in their coursework, or they're going to play pickleball in the gym, or they're going to be in a reading session or a small study group. We have advisory, as I mentioned a moment ago, around character development and goal setting. And then we use our flex scheduler, which is a way that kids then opt into what they need, the what I need time, as we try to help foster those skills that will help them be successful as they go to high school. And more is asked of them as learners and young people.
Parents, just a few critical details related to Chromebooks. So if you're a current student of Eastern Carver County Schools, your student will keep their current Chromebook from elementary school. They'll transition with that Chromebook up to their middle school. And then at some point early in the semester, we'll make a swap and we'll get your student's Chromebook updated with a new middle school level Chromebook. We always encourage families to buy the Chromebook insurance. That's really valuable coverage, and we encourage folks to carry that coverage through the 3 years of middle school in case something happens. If you're new to Eastern Carver County Schools or just joining our district, we will get you hooked up with a Chromebook at the onset of the school year, so you never have to worry about lacking that important and critical piece of technology. We got you covered. Moving on to the next slide, we're going to talk a little bit about the courses that our sixth grade students will take. We have our academic core classes, which include language arts, math, science, and social studies. And then we have some really, really awesome encore options. And sixth graders are going to have the opportunity to kind of sample the array of encore or elective types of courses. And in sixth grade, we're going to have them take a family and consumer science course, a computer technology course, personal wellness, and they'll have the option to take music. Included in the sixth grade academic experience, we also have this component called advisory. And your child's advisory teacher will be that stable adult that they have throughout the entirety of the school year. And our advisory experience is really built around cultivating community between students and then making positive connections between the student and the teacher. We have this element called win time, which is what I need time. And as we continue to foster the independence of our middle level learners, they're going to have some options around what they do with win time week to week. Unique to Chaska Middle School West, we have a dual language Spanish immersion component where students are going to experience U.S. history in Spanish, and then they'll have their language arts experience in that Spanish immersion setting. Another important detail for sixth graders is you'll get your schedule in your lockers at orientation time in August. And so your schedules won't be finalized and your locker locations won't be finalized until August. So there's lots of anticipation and excitement around that. But I do want to let you know ahead of time that comes much further into the summer months. So look forward to that. I'll talk to you a little bit about our math pathways. Here's the math progression across 3 years at Chaska Middle School West. We have many of our students starting in Algebra 1, and then they would take Geometry and Algebra 2 in the subsequent years. Quite a few of our students in pre-algebra, and they would take Algebra and Geometry in their subsequent years. And then a number of students in our Math 6 experience. And again, you see the progression from Math 6 to pre-algebra to algebra. So really high quality math experience for our students across 3 years. To have a sense of where your student will be starting in math, connect with their current teacher. What we look at the middle school end is their current grade and math level coursework, as well as some other variables like aptitude, passion for math, and then some of their standardized test scores. So if you have questions about math placement, plug in with your current teacher. You can also connect with one of the counselors here at the middle level. And then finally, another highlight for the sixth grade experience is our Deep Portage overnight trip. This is an optional experience for our students, but a really, I think, powerful experience centered around building community and connection for our sixth grade cohort. The experience is centered around team building and relationship building. It's an overnight trip that happens just north of Brainerd, Minnesota, where students are spending quite a bit of time in a unique environment without their technology and without many of the comforts and luxuries of home. And we take them out of their comfort zone and put them in this unique setting where they really do build a strong sense of community and connection with one another. So that's a little bit about Deep Portage. Our first Deep Portage cohort from Pioneer Ridge leaves in early November. Then Team West will head out to Deep Portage about mid-November. And then East will be braving the cold. And in December, they're going to have their Deep Portage experience. We ask for parent chaperones to participate. So parents, if you're looking for a way to get involved with the school experience, plug in with other families and meet other kids, the Deep Portage overnight experience is a great way to do that.
Web, where every student belongs. This is a wonderful program for some of our upperclassmen, some of our 8th grade mentors to really get connected with the incoming 6th graders, as well as provide some leadership in our building. So our web program runs in the summertime in conjunction with our orientations. So we try to get the incoming 6th graders into the building, really make sure that they feel connected, they understand where their lockers are, how lunch works, how to get to and from their classes, make sure all of their questions are answered, and really have this large group activities as well as small group activities to make sure that they feel connected to their incoming peers in our building leadership with our counselors, administration, as well as our students. So Web, where every student belongs, is something that will take place in the summertime that we feel, again, makes a wonderful experience for students to feel connected as well as informed as they come into middle school. Activities and athletics. One thing that we really encourage students and families to be thinking about is their involvement in extracurricular activities. And in Eastern Carver County, we have a plethora of opportunities. We have the traditional music, arts, sports that you hear about traditionally. We also have archery, dance, Knowledge Bowl, and just so many more opportunities that are available to students as they start coming into middle school. Our community education has a website that they publish all the different activities available for students. I'd encourage you to take a look. I'd also encourage you to start having conversations around what activity would your student be interested in being involved in. So if they aren't already involved in some type of sport or activity, this is a great place to start. We believe that connection through these activities, it gives students purpose as well as gives them a sense of belonging. How to stay connected. Transitioning from elementary to middle school, the schools are a little bit bigger for the most part. So really, one wonderful way to stay connected as parents is through our PTO organizations. You can also stay involved by regularly checking your child's social media accounts and phones. As students start to move into middle school and some students are getting phones, this is a big piece that we want to educate families on, just the importance of digital citizenship and making sure that we're using those phones in a proper way. As well, we can know who the students' friends are. As students mold into a new building, really understanding who the friends are, making sure that we're setting good examples for our sons and daughters is a wonderful way to do so. Also, listening and validating the feelings of the students is super important. This is something that as students are going through middle school, they're going to have some ups and downs, as you can imagine. And just being able to listen and validate their feelings is very important from a parent's perspective. Also, support them when they make mistakes, as well as recognize them when they succeed. We'll talk a lot about this, and you'll see a lot about this in our communication around celebrating our son and daughter's wins, as well as making sure that they understand that a part of the learning is making mistakes. Next steps. So as we are going into middle schools or elementary schools over the next couple of weeks, we'll be introducing ourselves to the students. We'll be talking about the transition process. We'll also be sharing with them, just answering their questions and sharing with them some more information. So talk to your child about the exciting transition to middle school. Reach out, please, to our middle school with any questions. You saw the names of our team members there. Please reach out with any question that you might have. Also, continue to look for emails this spring and summer around specific information around our orientations and welcoming families into the building so we can get a closer look about what middle school is going to be about. And then also just making sure that if you can, please attend those summer activities. Really good experiences with Web, with getting our locker, getting our schedule, and making sure you have everything ready to go for that smooth transition to middle school. Regardless, I just want to let you know that we're going to be there for you, and we're going to make this experience great for your kids.
And lastly, folks, this is another way to stay in tune with what's happening at your local middle school. So all three of our middle schools are accessible via Twitter. We also have some Facebook groups that families can access to plug in with the school or connect with other folks in your community. Between the principals, we communicate regularly with our families via principals updates or family updates. And social media is another great way to check in on what's happening at your middle school. So that's a way to follow us on social media or on our websites, and want to encourage you to start doing so even now.
And finally, everyone, thank you for taking the time to watch our little spiel. You're going to have questions. That's part of being a parent, and we appreciate those questions. Know that at all three sites, we have got a staff in each building that loves this age, loves adolescence, loves the ups, the downs, the growing, the thinking, the questioning. And we're here to support you as the family and your young person when they walk through our doors. We hope to be able to gather everyone here soon in the spring and let you see each site and ask questions in real life. And as soon as we have that information, we'll send it your way. But know that we're here with you. The partnership between school and home is essential as we get our young people ready to launch to high school and beyond. So thank you for your time today. As both of my colleagues said, please reach out to each site with questions. We've got a robust counseling team and admin teams that are here to support you. Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening.